And we got game one. First round, we've got GoKu, long-time Brazilian pro, looking to make it into at least silver, I would say. Silver has got to be like a must for him, considering his caliber of player. Won't be easy. You have to win 2 rounds. This would be the first one. Then in the blue, we've got Tomppa. Tampa, I do not know a lot about at all, which is kind of rare for me for someone who's at 2250. Maybe they were on a bit of a grind to get up there, and they don't exactly average that. Or maybe they're known as something else as well. I do know we have a Finnish player in my chat, Melisako. Maybe you can give me some context. And Mully says he's been improving like crazy with a young age. Okay, cool. So I cheated, by the way. I did see that the load-in Civ icon was Persians. So that I joked that that would be a Finnish player, but also I saw Mully wanted me to watch him, so I kind of figured that that would be the case. Yeah, GoKu, hard to describe GoKu's style. I think he's just really, really solid, man. He and Fire are very similar. If you know Fire, the Brazilian player, they played tons of team games together over the years. The thing that GoKu lacks for me is maybe lacks like a little bit of creativity. I don't know if it's just a style thing, but there are times where at least when they're the underdog, I'm just like, you got to find an edge and you have to do something unique or different, and this doesn't really seem to be that type of guy. But in this type of round, just look for GoKu to be very solid economically, play very safe and structured, and just be freaking rock solid. And it is going to be on the underdog to really break that here. But I think if you're aggressive enough and you can get the timings right with your damage, you can definitely beat someone like GoKu. I think this is a decent map as well, because if you can maybe control the hill, some players who are really economic never leave their base, and then they can have issues if they don't have stone or they don't have gold in the middle. And even wood, which is all here. Urine asking me, he says, we all looked for you with the China tournament. Where have you been? Urine, I don't know where you're from, but I talked about it before. That tournament started at 1 a.m. for me. So it's not realistic for me to do all-nighters. There's events all the time. I do have a little bit of a life, which may or may not surprise my viewers. And I'm going to be no-lifing and doing lots of work and lots of events over many, many months coming up. So, yeah, casting at 1 a.m., especially when I didn't have some information on what was going to be available for us and stuff. It wasn't realistic for me, so sorry about that if you missed me. I appreciate people saying they missed the commentary. Sorry, obviously I couldn't do so. And they didn't have any English casters on site either, so just felt like an event that I was going to have to miss. So no crazy things here. I didn't talk about the civs. Chinese always are going to have that economic lead. I think Chinese are just a must ban if this map is involved, so I'm surprised to see it even made it through the draft. But it is a more awkward map for the Chinese to play because it is open. And 32 seconds of idle CC time is more than you would want. Normally, you'd want to be around like 17, 20 seconds. So GoKu didn't have the smoothest opening. Shu gets some food income from from chopping those trees. Usually playing in towards archers, but I wouldn't mind opening with scouts and then playing in to archers a bit later on here, because you're pretty far away from the others. The scouts seems like the best unit here, so. Joran says, I remember the joke I had 3 months ago. If you use the square formation with soldiers, you get a shoe box. Box formation with the shoe is a shoe box? That's pretty funny. I will definitely not steal that and take credit for that joke later. Okay? I would never do that. But everybody laugh, please, if that were to happen. Thank you. So yeah, Tomppa, apparently young Finnish player. They don't have many active high-level players from Finland, but they all probably know each other. I'm waiting to see what the plan is here. It's going to be archer range. Very awkward build-up with the walls here. Building up on this hill could be good, could be bad. There is still 2 different holes in this wood line. Blue will have to plug. And blue will do that now. And now we have Bills coming over to the gold. So easy to have a hole in your wall. It's so common on Kilimanjaro. So you got to be clicking your army outside of your walls to see if there's any gaps. I don't know. I just kind of sense there's going to be a gap here. But I think this is fine. And then this is also fine now. And there's just this opening on the front, which can be fixed. Duke says, is anyone else struggling with box formation recently? Duke, the patch that they pushed out, they broke it. So your formations will change all the time. If you are a classic player who played the game like I did, that was complained about behind the scenes by Tato and I, because, again, our units just kept moving out of our formations. And there's a way to disable their new feature, which was causing an issue with it. You have to add it to, like, the start of the game, though. Like, you have to go into the properties of the game and add the code. It's really weird. I don't even remember the specifics. All I know is they at least push something internally, which we were able to change. Can't really describe it all that well for you right now, but I've been there. I'll try and get some information out there for those that are running into the same issue. So, GoKu scouts haven't done damage, and he's running into walls, and normally this is where the Chinese have more res collected. Like, significantly more res collected. But the Shu getting food from their lumberjacks and having 2 lumber camp economy, it's looking pretty close. I just don't love this little wall. Like, maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like blue should just be happy with this wall off, and this additional wall doesn't do a whole lot. If scouts were to get in here, this could still be a headache. Game 1, and scouts could get through. Nice job. Scouts actually don't get through. Still a hole there, though. Spearmen are on opposite sides of the wall. I'm definitely seeing the lack of experience from blue. Just seeing a little bit of shakiness here. But it could be a style thing. I don't know. Maybe someone can share with me what map they play the most. But, like, this is what I mean, man. This is what I mean. You had it walled. No reason to try and just make more work for yourself when your opponent has scouts. GoKu says, thank you very much. I'll take the villager kill. Life was super easy. And the Finn had the walls finished had he not tried to expand here. I guess, like, maybe they didn't want the gold disrupted. But against scouts, it's never really going to happen, so just a little bit sloppy. Meanwhile, behind this, GoKu's looking pretty good. He's much happier with life now that he's got that villager kill. Farms are looking good. Has a couple skirmishers on the way forward to stop those archers and spears. And just no offensive movement from blue whatsoever. Though, some nice damage there. Doesn't know about those skirmishers yet. And once the skirms are there, I think blue will panic a little bit. And yep, archers are moving out. And now the army's like, uh-oh, can we move out? GoKu just really clicked with the follow-up here. What countries are these players from? I'll add it to the scoreboard. Sorry, I meant to do that. GoKu's a longtime player from Brazil. Tomppa, I don't know a lot about. Apparently, he's a young player from Finland. Tampa, one of a very few players that I really can't tell you too much about. I was surprised when I saw they were 2250. I thought they'd maybe be like 2K or something. But, like, the signs of the inexperience are here. Deleting a house to get a villager out here. Now you're housed because you don't have a house. This whole, like, extension of the wall has created some headaches. Still, like, this stuff happens, and if you have good core skill and gameplay, you could turn it around. It's on the way to Castle Age now. Archers are here to potentially snipe a villager on the house, though if GoKu notices, GoKu should be able to back away. And GoKu noticed that right away. That's really good. GoKu just kind of knocking on the door here. And still seems like the plan is going to be full archers for Tampa. I mean, you need something other than archers if you're going to be up against this number of skirms. So I like the addition of the stable. But you do have to remember that the Shu Cav is not very good. They don't get bloodlines, so you can't expect to go Shu Cav for very long, I would say. Skirmishers patrolling here from GoKu. Archers are taking a long time to break through. And right around the time GoKu is about to go move and attack those, Blue thinks twice about it and realizes maybe I shouldn't be attacking before Castle Age. And GoKu deletes his wall and will go hunt those down. And GoKu's still just knocking on the door. Happy with whatever he's seeing because Blue's pulled a lot of villagers to re-wall this. And Blue's been spotted. Goku's up. Goku's got 10 skirms on the map. This is enough to take the fight here, but with no ballistics, Blue could probably sneak away. Still, the weird little wall of houses are up here. Unlikely Goku will break through anytime soon. There's enough time for Blue to add some cav and upgrade the archers. Will we see a second TC on a wood line somewhere for these players? Because the wood is getting really awkward. Tomppa. Tomppa not paying attention right now. And Tompa's losing these archers. Notices. But is probably paranoid about this army and drops the TC there. Should be able to back off now. And with one cav, these skirms will get pushed back. And maybe things are pretty manageable. Well played from Blue. I mean, 7-1 KD for Goku is really nice. Goku's feels like he can do no wrong right now. But still, I mean, this is a tough map to play. Joranthar says, to me, a Swede, Finland exists. Well, that's real good. That's real nice of you to acknowledge Finland's existence. Because here I was thinking that Finland was just a mythical place. And TC is going to complete. Goku pulls away. And Goku maybe wasn't expecting the cav there. He never saw the stable. But he did have a monk out already, which could help with conversions. But now he doesn't have the hill. So no hill, this could be tough. A siege workshop on the hill right now for Blue would be so good. But you have to protect your villagers moving out there. 2 town centers. Wood is a real issue here. Like, the wood efficiency is getting worse for both players the longer this goes. I like this TC with that in mind for Goku. Really close to a wood line. Goku will need all of his monks around here to help out. He's probably also thinking that with enough skirms, he can just kill the cav, because the cav they don't have bloodlines. But they do have more attack damage than a knight. So they kill the skirms faster as well. Horde says T90, Swedish here. Finland is a mythical place. Okay, well, I don't know if you guys are memeing or if I'm about to start some Finland-Sweden drama, okay? I actually am not really sure what jokes you're aiming for right now. But monks get sniped, and the Finnish underdog says we do exist, and is in a good opportunity there. Now, it needs the siege workshop to complete. Siege workshop could still complete. There's a monk going for conversions, but Tomppa, that's a great engagement for him. It's a really nice engagement for him. He'll snipe the monks. Didn't kill all the skirmishers, but I still think that these can hang around long enough to do so. Has a villager lead. And Goku's like, who is this player? Like, who am I losing to right now? Like, what? I actually want to look at their profile in between games to see how long they've been playing, because it isn't a name I've seen around that frequently. Last season of Titans League, we had quite a few people pop up who you might not have seen playing for years and years. Like, Goku is an example of someone who's been playing for a super long time. I've known this guy for 15 years. Mangonel. Okay, attack rounds. Goku, if Goku was a little bit younger, he would have split into that Tampa. But that was the classic anti-micro-micro. Goku simply didn't move. And that was perfect. The siege workshop isn't perfectly positioned. The stone and gold is the real thing you want to control here. Imagine if the siege workshop was right where that monk is right now. You could pressure the TC, you could pressure the wood. But mangonels could be an issue here for Goku. He is going to add some knights behind this, though. Still 2 TCs for him. Tampa sees another monk, and Tampa backs away. Tampa either needs more crossbows or he needs a couple monks, or both. I actually think all of that can be good at the same time. GoKu probably just was expecting, with how smooth a start he had with the Chinese, that things would be good here, but he is under some real pressure. Villagers are going down. Now he's forgotten about a monk. That monk goes down. How do you say hype in Finnish? Do you just say the max? I think that's probably what that translates to. Just the max? Hype? I don't know. But that's a lot of idle villagers inside the TC. And there's a lot of villagers dying underneath the TC. There's villagers from Tampa coming to build the TC. There's no monks, remember. So the knights could potentially snipe the siege, but the crossbows do have ballistics. Micro needs to be perfect here. Tampa notices. Tampa will look to target the monks and the knights with the crossbows. The siege is firing. There were 2 conversions for GoKu. The TC's on the way up. If Tampa gets this TC denied, it would be horrible, but he's winning the fights against GoKu as the underdog. He smashes the skirms. He'll remain with all of his siege, and I mean, good luck. This is what I mean. If you sit in your base for too long on this map and you don't have the hill, it gets really difficult. Actually, he doesn't even have the villager lead, too. That's the crazy thing. It's not like he's at a 20 villager lead. Tampa's got the villager lead. TC's in the perfect spot. Army's going to continue here, and GoKu's now playing into defensive towers. GoKu's got a tough task right now. He almost needs to sneak. I think he needs to counterattack with the knights. Knights in the middle doesn't do anything for you now. So a couple random knights over here to these woodlines and golds, if you knew they were being taken, would be really good. And then you hope for that distraction to allow you to somehow get to the middle. I'd like to see Tampa get Town Watch now and build outposts. You don't want to allow any of that sneaky stuff to work out here. And when you have this many buildings, you really should have more vision. By the way, only 11 on food for Tampa, so his food eco is not great. Knights will dive for the siege here, and Knights will get most of the siege, but at a cost. The Knights are also underneath TC fire. The Knights are also getting pushed away. Crossbows are not in the middle. That's why the Knights could take an engagement. Tampa sneaking through the trees. That's so good. You have to get close before you fight so they can't quick wall and damage control. He waited a long time for that. Meanwhile, he's not garrisoning here, and GoKu is getting some kills. But I think GoKu just noticed. Crossbows are into the back. Skirms need to run home. These knights are getting chased down and getting killed off. And 20 villager lead for the underdog now. This is sick. By the way, to all my Swedish viewers, talking smack to my Finnish viewers. Unfortunately for you guys, I think Finland's got you beat in terms of talent. You do have some... there's some great Swedish players as well. Big Ganji fan. I'm also a big Ganji fan. There's what? Spaden, right? I think you've got Bullet out there. Longtime player. I could probably go down the list of some more Swedish players, but Finland, man, especially with this Tomppa guy, they're talented. It's a very real place. That's a crazy raid. I mean, I could be wrong, but I think it's over. Like, Tomppa just needs to make a little bit more army. I think that's GG, right? Like, get a castle down in the middle. 20 villager lead. You are... GoKu is cooked. Someone says, isn't Viper Swedish? No, Viper's not Swedish. I don't know if Viper would necessarily love to be called Swedish either. Viper is Norwegian. It is crazy, though, how many good AoE players we have in Finland and Norway. I guess Norway really has, like, the top... They've got MBL and they've got Viper. They don't have too many after that. But, oh, God! Oh, God, that is a castle! That is a must-complete castle from GoKu that could make this very interesting. And it's going to complete. Oh, man. Well, this TC is cooked. This TC will be shot down. All these villas are exposed. Again, the main army from Tampa is still Haeguang Cav that only has 60 HP. That's not good. Tampa doesn't have the experience. Tampa is young. Tampa has not played in a lot of these events, and he is probably nervous right now. Probably crazy stressed. The dive for the monks. We'll snipe those monks. Meanwhile, is losing all the villagers here, and the Vill lead is disappearing. No! Tampa, no! GoKu, yes, though. What a play. Castle timing is a game changer. And now he's got monks to get conversions. He can add Chukunu. What has happened? I thought he had the game. I thought he had the game, but now it's a doubt. Oh, no. I think it's over. Like, he had the villager lead, and he just didn't have the army all of a sudden. Or was a little late to stone to build a castle. Just his army count got so low. Oh my god, dude. That's a heartbreaker. That's a crazy heartbreaker for Tampa. And with GoKu being the favorite, Goku's just like, whew. Like, thank God we got through it. Like, Goku's going to probably play better in future games. Damn. Oh, man, Blue wants that one back. Like, I really don't like to encourage people to use my throw emote. I try and not say someone throws because I don't want to disrespect the player. I know how tough the game is. But, that's pretty freaking close, man. I mean, here it's 81 vills versus 66. Like, he did throw army away to get Vill kills, right? You throw this entire army away to get Vill kills, but you got the 20 Vill lead. Not really sure exactly where things went wrong. It just didn't have the army. I also think the type of army was a problem. Like, playing solely through Haeguang instead of big crossbow numbers was an issue. Was it just one range this whole game? Yeah, I guess at this point in time, he's trying to fix the problems. He's trying to get more armies. Honestly, what a castle from GoKu, though. Because GoKu had to bring that back with a big play. And that was awesome. I think here, if Tomppa just needed to instantly TC here. At this point, the game's still very winnable. Everything's fine. But to leave all these vills exposed and to not have a TC here was the real issue. I actually think everything else can be the same. What he tried to do is he tried to sell off everything to get enough stone for a castle. And then, well, he had no protection, couldn't build the castle. But, yep, AoE can turn around on you quick. Really, 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 really quick. GoKu gets the kills. GoKu wins the game. Tomppa, though, certainly had potential there. All right, Rocky Forest. Game number 2. Tomppa, 18-year-old from Finland. We're learning about him today. Kind of threw the first game. Which is sad for him. He's really close to getting the win there. So we'll see if he can call it back. Sometimes you'll have that where the best chance to beat the favorite is game number 1. And if that chance disappears, you will just sit there and live with regret. And then the 3-0 takes place. Now, we've got a weird predicament because there's other sets that are happening in about 30 minutes. I really want to cast those sets. We might have a decision to make. Usually, I don't like to switch out of sets. If this is really competitive and really close, I think I will probably stick with it. We'll see. But the point is there's more TTL action. We're just talking about all the different countries that are playing. Finland has a few players in the bracket. Actually, Tampa might be... There's Tampa and Yupe. They both played in silver. I don't know if there's any other Finnish player. Oh, no, Molly Sacco as well. So a couple Finnish players. Lots of Brazilian players. I think Fire's in the bracket. Goku's in the bracket. Gabby's in the bracket. There might be more. Miguel is somewhere there as well. Goths for Tampa, so I'm already expecting some infantry. Romans for GoKu. Ooh, and GoKu is going to go for early barracks. Now, I've only really ever seen this with Incas, and I've seen this with Goths, funnily enough. I've also seen this with Lithuanians and Persians. But GoKu is going to go early barracks. I think we see a lot of militia here. I don't think he goes just 2. I think his plan is to stay on that barracks for a long time. But it's tough to get the food eco for this, man. When you don't have any bonuses. Also, somebody jokingly mentioned, because we're talking about all the countries that are represented in silver. Someone jokingly mentioned, the only thing we're missing is the USA. And that joke, if we were talking about the top 16 in the world, might be very accurate. But you, my friend, very far off. A lot of people in bronze from the US. Earlier, we had Emu play. Emu won his first rounds. We got Masty. Masty's making it to the second rounds. Who's actually Emu's brother. We're going to overlook the fact that he made it to the second round because their opponent did not schedule and got an admin loss. It was all skill. I think Ink played as well. God's Prisoner was playing. Who else would have been out there? Unfortunately, I'm not allowed to play, which is really disappointing. I don't know if Bloodless played. Should be some others that come to mind here. We have a lot of players who play on the ladder who don't play in tournaments that much. But the point is we're there. We're on that bracket. We're in there, and we got some wins. Where's Canada at? That's the question. What's going on? Where are my Canadian signups? I think we had Survivalists play for Canada. Any other Canadians play? I don't think so. There's some solid Canadian players out there. Could have maybe signed up. So here's the issue for Goku's build. You're kind of looking for their wood line. And he's gone to the wrong side. He hasn't found the wood line. And now Tomppa gets attacked. Tomppa does get instant loom with the Goths. So Tomppa can just click that real quick. And is well aware of what's coming. And Tomppa is probably confused. But guys, the militia will not stop there. Yeah, this is a prepped strat from GoKu. It's most common with the Incas on this map. But Romans can still do it. I mean, you can do it with a lot of civs. He's just non-stop militia flood. Because Tompa's going to get enough to fight off with 5 vills. But is he going to have enough to fight off when there's 5 or 6 militia? GoKu is actually walking back and forth to gold to get more gold for even more militia. Now, maybe he chooses to cancel production here and I'm wrong. But he still doesn't have a lumber camp yet. So I would say just keep going. We do have militia from Tampa here who won't want to lose the lumber camp. But no more militia can be queued until there's gold income. This could get really awkward. And it's just really annoying. And it's part of it. The fact that it's annoying is definitely part of why it works. It's so easy to make a misstep right now if you're in blue's position. And if you leave your wood line, he'll kill your lumber camp. So good luck. And that many militia will result in a villager kill. Doink. The militia are now killing off the militia from Tampa. Tampa can't really make more. And, yep. Build is looking pretty good. Let's not forget, there should be more units coming from GoKu. His units are weak, though. And his eco, there's also a downside economically. And hold on a second, guys. Is GoKu going to have the food? I don't know if Goku's going to have the food to ever go up. We could have a really interesting scenario on our hands. He just got the berries. He doesn't have a lot of wood for farms. He never was taking hunt in the middle. Tampa might end up being okay. Man, if Tampa could get to archers right now, archers would be so good. But of course, he doesn't know. He eventually wants that. He needs to prep enough to deal with this. So in his mind, I think he's just going to try and match the militia. Maybe go for man-at-arms then. This gives Goku time to farm and take the hunt. And hopefully get the food. But he still doesn't have the food. Still doesn't have the food. And he's far off. He's 150 food off. You can't even really idle that easily to get that. So it's just the downside of the strat when you don't have certain civs, I guess. See, what I would have liked is I would have liked for him to never stop. Like, when I've seen this work, you just go up to 10, 12 militia, and then you have the same eco behind, and you're farming, and in the end, though, hasn't taken any damage, will get loom, and then probably get enough food to click up. It's a weird build. He'll drop off here, he'll drop off here. Yeah, he's fine. And he'll click up. So, I just think, at a certain stage here, Tampa, you can't be chasing these weak units. I mean, you got to do some real damage here. I'm also wondering if he ever scalded. Yeah, that's not ideal. Because you don't know what's out there. You don't know where to target. Which is also part of why he's probably chasing. Because he doesn't have information. But yeah, he's killing off those units at least. So there are positives. Still no archer range for him. Which I'd kind of expect, but he's opted for farms instead. So he'll have that good food eco. And then GoKu is actually making more militia from home. And we'll go for man-at-arms. So I guess he's going to try and maybe meet up with these units. Maybe not. Maybe they're dead. I guess they're slower now, right? So they're going to die. But we're going to have infantry. Infantry v infantry. Goths versus Romans. That's kind of what tech tree nerds would want, right? But not always what we get. He just doesn't know where he's going. He's going the wrong way, dude. He's going the wrong way. Not having a scout is so painful here. Hold up. Does he see this? Oh, the units go back for GoKu because GoKu sees the units. Tomppa still doesn't see what's happening. Okay, GoKu will see the man-at-arm and think his villagers are in harm's way. And now he will go for man-at-arms, and now Tomppa is seeing that there's more militia that will be man-at-arms, and now we could see a blacksmith. Or archers. Or both. There's the blacksmith from Tampa. Let's go. 9 man-at-arms for Tampa. It's only 6 for GoKu. And GoKu has to leave the middle, but I really like Goku's defense here. We'll drop a tower to protect the wood, to protect the gold. I know you can't full wall this map because of the rocks, but there's still enough of a wall there to make life difficult. Tampa. Good farm count. Good army count. And that's a good engagement as well. The Romans do get double benefit from the armor upgrades, though. And GoKu has 5% more efficiency to the eco. And GoKu will have some archers. And yeah, now the tower's up. And now Tampa has to back away. Goths don't get arson. But they do benefit from faster or doing more damage against buildings in each age, right? Yeah, so they still have +1 attack versus buildings, just inherently. So that's nice. Just feels similar to what we advertised. GoKu just playing well enough to not be broken. Tampa adding archers of his own now. And what's this food eco going to end up looking like for GoKu? 8 on food with farms. 11 on food with farms. And hunt for Tampa. He also has forging, which is a pretty big deal. He has forging and he's slightly better HP on his units. I guess doesn't have fletching for the ranged units yet. Damn, let's go. Let's go. Infantry battle, people. This is what the people want. If this was 2 top 10 players, we would see maybe like 3 militia, and then we would see skirmishers, all of feudal age. So you tack on another 60 to 80 spots in the world rankings, and we actually get the infantry we love. Double archer production behind from Tampa, but he needs more on gold for this. This is a force. This is a freaking battle, man. This is crazy. Let's go. I don't think they're going to stop either. Like, both players keep committing to more numbers. If you were to slow down with that, you're going to have big problems. Both fully upgraded infantry. And then the archers have the attack. I don't really think you need to prioritize armor on the archers. At a certain stage, you can make skirms, but not when there's this many man-at-arms. This is an absolutely ridiculous number. And Micro is going to have to be top tier against the ranged units. Double range from blue is a really good call. It just needs more houses. I've noticed blue get housed every 5 pop a couple different times here. You just need one villager always building houses when you're producing like this. Goku's adding another range. Tompa's dropped a market, which makes me think he's considering Castle Age. That was a good engagement for Goku. Goku's going to take the fight. He has the numbers here, and he has the superior armor, and it's paying off. This is why I really like to see more production from Tomppa. Oh, his archers are in the wrong position here. That's better. That's much better. But I still think Goku's got the meat. He's got the Roman meat. Look at the armor, dude. They shred, man. They shred. That's so good for Goku. And now Tomppa was planning on Castle Age. It didn't have any more men-at-arms in queue. It has to micro. We'll try. But there's still many men-at-arms left over. The archers are getting picked off. And Tomppa threw the first game a little bit. Now this game as well. Just slight differences, and it's snowballing Goku's way. Still really close game. Still really close fight. But when you've got vills exposed and you've got your production buildings exposed, this gets tough here. Also, love that Goku added skirms. The second most of the men-at-arms are dead, he's like, I just need skirms now to match his archers. Yeah. Just like kind of surprising that Tomppa thought they could go Castle Age there. I think that's the result of most games not playing out like this. But again, when Romans have the stronger infantry and the tankier infantry, you, if anything, need to always have more infantry than them. The Goths should be pretty good at that, but that certainly wasn't on his mind. There is going to be more infantry now, but now there's very few ranged units to back all of it up. The production buildings are just getting flattened, and the ranged units are moving in. Tomppa might need a tower on the wood line here. Tomppa is up on the way to Castle Age, so I guess not up yet, but, you know, getting there. Beautiful job from Goku. The tower coming up now from Tomppa. Skills, who says, am I the only one with audio changes? Question mark. I haven't heard anyone else complain, so I would guess so. You might have done the classic thing where you have another tab up, and I'm on a different tab, and like there's a couple second delay or something, but I'd encourage a refresh because, like I said, I don't think anyone else has said anything. I'm now only slightly paranoid, but chat is verifying it's fine, so. You know what also hurts? Is that your blacksmith is in the middle, your houses are in the middle, like, losing the middle really hurts here, man. That's brutal. Goku hasn't clicked up to Castle Age yet, so there is that. And there, you know what? There's a pretty sizable army here for Tomppa. He won't be able to get the blacksmith upgrades, but longsword is doable. Another tower on the golds. I mean, this has been bad for Tomppa for a while, but he's done a good job making this manageable, considering the situation. Tower needs to be garrisoned. Villagers need to be pulled away for a second. And Goku needs to track this army. Hold up. Let's go, Tomppa. Can he get longsword and get underneath the TC and deny Castle Age? Goku's panicking a little bit. Look at these dudes march. And their swords are about to be longer. Well, not really. The swords are going to be the exact same length, I think. It's just how they hold them that changes. But quick walls from Goku. Here we go. Big moment. Big moment. Big moment. Longsword's in. And he just takes the fight. I don't mind that. And then 2 units here are getting kills. He also built a new blacksmith for the upgrades. Now, I don't love this fight. I think you need to back up this way. Take the villager kills if you can. Tampa still has chances here, guys. And this is extremely messy for GoKu. GoKu has taken some Vil losses. All of Goku's army has been pulled back. So he's not doing any counter damage. This counter damage is getting killed. And Tampa could maybe just chill now. He'll take this fight. He's got more units over here. So the archers were kind of pulled away. Nice job. I would love a siege workshop now from Tampa. And I wouldn't hate a monastery as well, but I think siege workshop is key. You need some scorpions now. Against archers and against infantry, scorpions is key. Or even a couple mangonels. And okay, the raid ends. But that was a lot of idle time for GoKu. Things got really messy. And there's more army where that came from blue. Who's actually ahead. Just needs the siege. The second GoKu sees the siege, GoKu will have to reconsider some of these engagements. But now GoKu will go for longsword. Again, Roman longswords are superior. They're not as cheap, but they are stronger. And then there's the crossbows too. The siege is key. I'd say keep the siege inside of the siege workshop for a moment here. Don't pop out with 1 scorpion. You need to wait till you have a bit more. But he's going for double siege workshop. All right. Well, you know what the Romans can also do, guys? The Romans can also go for scorpions. Tampa goes a little too far here. No siege workshop for GoKu yet. Population's even. GoKu will try and go this way. Runs into the scorpion. Yeah, this is where I like this to be multiple scorpions. 1 scorpion doesn't change the fights enough for me, but he'll take it. The scorpion, if anything, needs to focus down the crossbows. And now that scorpion's exposed. Nice fights there from GoKu. And now you're back to just 1 scorpion again. Just a little bit more patience. A little bit more patience from blue, and it's fine. But it's hard to be patient under pressure. You need, if you're going scorpions, you always need a meat shield in front of them. Always. You can't lose the meat shield. You can't lose the meat! Losing the meat. Another scorpion will get picked off. It's just these tiny differences, man. These tiny little moments. Like these scorpions going down make all the difference in the mid game here. This could be 4 or 5 scorpions, which GoKu could never engage into. But these individual scorps are getting smashed. Crossbows are almost all gone, though. More scorpions are on the way. More longswords are on the way for Tampa. Roman infantry is just so tanky, though, man. And I think he was expecting the scorpions to do more, because he probably hasn't seen the Roman infantry at play in these numbers and in these engagements that frequently. And just another game, GoKu wins by slight margins. Slight margins. Called it out before it happened. I've seen it so many times, dude. Just wait. Don't ever hop out with 1 scorpion there. Wait till minimum of 2. And I think the fights go slightly differently there. I loved it from GoKu, though. Good eco. I like the opening. I like the man-at-arms. I like the Civ pick as well. I'm still not looking at this play from GoKu and thinking, like, man, he's dominating this guy. I mean, it's a player who's younger, who doesn't have a ton of tournament experience, who I didn't know a lot about. But he's getting the job done. He's winning. And he's 1 win away from taking the series now. All right. Again, happy to see this map. We're in game number 3. Japanese against the Lithuanians here on Cross. The map that's kind of the OG. These days in DE, they have 4 lakes. I think for copyright reasons, they didn't want to call it Cross because that's the classic scripters map. And basically the difference for any Uber noobs, smile in chat if you're an Uber noob. But not Uber noobs, just for anyone who doesn't know. It doesn't mean you're a noob. That's rude. There's just less fish overall here than 4 lakes. So there's you have to work a bit harder to get value from each pond. Still very helpful to add those fish. But it's not like you can just have 1 pond and dominate. Japanese have the stronger and more efficient fishing ships and are very flexible with their economy with the cheap mills, mining camps, and lumber camps. Now, Lithuanians can fish a little bit faster, though, because they start with the additional food. And with the Lithuanian builds, you actually just send a lot to wood early because you don't need the food. So I think the Lithuanians, Japanese, pretty close. I've seen this matchup many times before. Japanese, it's all about making it chaotic, man. So man-at-arms, I actually, depending on your skill level, I really like a forward. So man-at-arms and tower into some sneaky dock shenanigans can put the player who's against Japanese under a lot of early pressure. Lushner says, T90, if I were you, I would employ 2 T90s to have the peace of mind to always have the stream online if I need some. He says, if I have the money and cloning tech needed, of course. I see. Okay, so I mean, I don't have access to any good cloning technology. If you ever find something that has some great reviews, let me know. And then, you know, maybe we can do that. Do we call them T90? Are we honest on it? Or do we call them like T92? Actually, you know what? I don't like this idea. Have you guys ever seen the second Santa Claus movie? Where Santa Claus needs to go find a wife. And so he has to leave the North Pole. And so he can no longer oversee the making of the toys. Well, then the fake Santa Claus, like the robot Santa Claus they made, starts to get like hyper, efficient and is very rude to all the elves. And, they eventually, had to take that guy down. I don't want that situation. You know why you don't want it? Is because Twitch chat, if that was actually happening and like there was an AI version of myself taking the stream over, you guys would watch more of that than my normal streams. Everyone loves to watch a good dumpster fire. So you guys wouldn't even try and help. You'd be like, oh man, this is hilarious. Look at Real T90 try and get it back. Oh my god. Yeah, you guys would you'd like that. So we'll see. More subs for you. I see no issue. Hey, I don't know. I might not get access to the funds anymore, Maybe new T90 takes control, man. Maybe I'm on the street. Wall's here from GoKu. I like it because you're probably going to be up against Man-at-Arms. You have to respect that threat. And he has docked the south, and we've got the dock in the north from Tampa. Tampa's build is... could be cleaner. I think usually that barrack should be coming up around now. That could still happen. Usually 3 fishing ships. Some people will go 2 fishing ships and then dock and add the 3rd fishing ship later. Some people will go... Or I said add dock. I meant to say barracks. Some people will do this like this. It's fine. What's up, Ed Start? Thank you. T90, I'm happy to announce that Fake T90 invited me to his clan, and I couldn't turn it down. I can invite you too if you were interested. I can't believe you're buddying up to my imposter. You're buddying up to the guy who will claim he's me and then get really salty when he loses from time to time. How dare you? I'm not interested. Thank you for the invite, though. I think Goku's just like... I mean, these are ambitious walls. Against a really good player, these are ambitious walls. This would just die. Like, the houses just get melted to Man-at-Arms. But Goku's like, I'm up 2-0. I don't think he can break me. Let's just wall up and play secure and see how he plays it. Goku also attacks that barracks. Information is key, right? He knows what's coming now. And Tomppa knows that he knows. So it's one of that he knows that they know he know situation. And then you can really second guess yourself. Villagers are not on gold yet from Tampa. It's not a very sharp build. Villagers need to be on gold for the 3rd militia and the 4th militia and Man-at-Arms. So the timing's not really there. And he did add 5 fishing ships behind. That's really nice. But I don't think that this elite timing of Man-at-Arms is really going to be there. Not the level that you're really worried about when you're up against the Japanese, if you're in Goku's shoes. Tomppa wants that Vil that was out there walling. See if Goku can get a quick wall, maybe. And Goku loses the Vil. All right. Well, that's something. Goku, one villager down. And just random militia out here. I don't even know where the third one is. Well, I guess they're all together there. Tampa needs to bring this in, and let's see. There's a lot of multitasking on this map. There's always so much pressure as well. And Goku loves his full walls, man. Does he think the militia are not coming anymore? What's he... Oh, he's running to the corner, but... Okay. Well, hey, props to this guy. This guy decided to sacrifice his own life so his friends don't have to die. Props. Because that's essentially what's happening. Because now this villager can wall. Oh, Goku. Ooh, okay, Goku. Let's go. Quick walls. Ooh, Goku is trying. And Goku will lose the Vil. I mean, this is a good start for Tampa, guys. This is a good start. 2 villager kills. And still full HP Man-at-Arms. Losing the scout is a little brutal if you're trying to focus on the other pawns. But, I mean, that villager dying means that Goku hasn't gone over there yet. Goku hasn't gone this way either. And Tompa's coming over here. And we have some skirmishers in queue for Tampa behind this. Tampa finds a couple sheep. That's nice. Tampa going for some walls. And Tampa with 7 fishing ships at home. Very good. Once the skirm follow-up comes out, Goku could have some issues. And again, lots of multitasking needed. Goku will lose an archer, I think. Probably. Maybe. It was close. And, yeah, still no full wall here from Goku. This is a matchup where I really don't mind double range from Lithuanians. You open archers initially, and then you just go full skirm flood to match their skirms. It's a unit that Japanese really have an issue dealing with, is his heavy skirm. What is Tampa's APM? It doesn't seem like he's got crazy speed. I think they're pretty similar. Oops. I can't even click, so don't ask my APM. Yeah, so maybe he's a little bit faster, but that's just like random peaks here or there. So, it doesn't... You could tell with his ability, like, he's at a level where he feels human, right? People who are at the 60, 70 effective actions per minute, you're reminded the game is hard. It's certainly far from flawless for both players. But yeah, I really like how Tampa's playing this. And again, like game 1, he probably should have won. Game 2 was really close, even though that he ended up kind of throwing a bit in the mid game. This kid's got potential. And certainly has potential to win this game and maybe take us deeper into the series here. Japanese Man-at-Arms are still paying off and knocking on the door. The berries are here. The wood is here. And Goku did get a dock up on this side to add some fish. You have the same from Tomppa over here on the left. But you also need to focus on farms, which Tomppa has done. We've got 5 farms already, and Goku doesn't have any. His resources are looking really good, though. And he does have the superior skirm sieve, so... Just under pressure now, guys. He's housed. Might even take the fight. Is there anyone else here who will take a fight where they'll lose a unit or 2 when they get housed? I think he just built a house somewhere, but... if I can think about it, I will actually take a fight if I get housed, because it just... I mean, you don't want to take an awful fight, but it does help you solve that problem. And Tampa 8-4. Alakay says, will you cast the Thufu vs. King Marv game today? I don't think I'll be casting that series. The series already happened, so... I'm not really expecting to go back and cast that. The Man-at-Arms are pretty weak. So they don't offer a lot of killing power against the villagers. And Tampa's on the way to Castle Age. Goku's close. And Goku can't click up because he's maybe missing a building here. But no, he has a blacksmith. He has a market. He has an archer range. I just think he thinks he's clicked up. Oh, Goku. Earth to Goku. Oh, boy. There we go. He's on the way to Castle Age. But he definitely thought he clicked that a minute ago. Because he's had the resources for a while. But as bad as that was, this fight for Tomppa was horrible. He just immediately loses 5 units. Tomppa behind this adding a stable. Even adding another stable now. I find the unit positioning kind of weird. Wouldn't mind the stables being on the front. One on the back, one on the front. Isn't necessarily what I'd suggest. And Goku can get that full wall down, finally. He's full walled on the left. Kind of walled through the middle. He'll be walled over on the side. So any night raids for Tomppa probably won't work out. We are now arriving to that point where players are starting to run out of fish in their pond. Tomppa will need to scout these fish. He'll do that now. But he didn't know they had them up there, so he's starting to add fish traps. And that's important to bring up because Goku can actually dock this. Like this wall from Tomppa stops army from getting through, but not... No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. There's an army in, but also does not deny a dock. So I could still see this going very well for Goku. Now, they're just skirmishers. And if Tomppa re-walls this, he can just clear this up with knights. So it's annoying. And maybe a villager dies. Yeah, it's annoying, but the skirms will die. It's actually pretty nice to kill off these skirms, so the skirms can't be used against monks or something later on. Tomppa with a siege workshop towards the middle. There's an overchop here. There's an overchop here. Move to the front. Oh, he doesn't see it. He wants that skirm. He assumes it's going to be walled. Right? Yeah, there's a massive overchop there. Goku is building the dock. Tomppa has no clue that that's there, guys. 2 fire galleys. Would kill 6 fishing ships there and the fish trap, which is a pretty big investment. Bro, how was neither player noticing? Okay, finally, Goku notices it. Holy, it's stressing me out. And now the skirms show up for Tomppa. Classic. It's harassing the wood line. I would say you always want to open with a monastery instead of a siege workshop, but I don't think Tomppa was expecting knights. If he was expecting cav archers or something, siege could have worked. Now he sees the knights. That's where a monastery would feel very useful. A siege doesn't help you at all against enemy knights. And also, Goku's knights are going to have +1 attack. Because he'll have a relic in a second. He starts with a conversion there. Tomppa backs away. But yeah, that'll be +1 attack. Goku now finds the siege workshop and finds the vill. Is killing the villager there. Goku now is massing some fires. There's a lot that's starting to go Goku's way. The second TC's on the way up. So that'll give a food boost of 100 food. And Goku has enough stone to build a defensive castle if he needs it. Like, Goku's in a really nice spot. It's a knight battle. He's got the better knight civ. And he drops another gate here. Is Tomppa going to go in? Man, that's really risky to build a palisade gate because they still might choose to dive there, but you're kind of expecting that they don't. Yeah, and now the siege, this pops out. Siege workshop, it's kind of wasted investment there. Nice fight there, though, from Tomppa. Goku's units are not in a high enough number, and while he does have that +1 attack, he doesn't have armor yet. Also, don't think he has husbandry yet. Am I wrong? No, he doesn't. He's getting husbandry now. And now he brings his monks, and now he needs his conversions. Tomppa will run away there. But he's a little too late. Loses one of the units. I mean, Goku's economy is looking really nice. He could move in with these fires now. They're Japanese fishing ships, and it will take a long time to go down. But Tomppa doesn't have any focus in production here. So he's going to panic out 2 fire galleys. That's still really good for Goku. That's going to be relic number 2 for Goku. So that's +2 attack on his knights from the relics. And he'll drop a castle here, which is a safe castle, but it will protect like kind of the middle front of the base. And then he can make Latus, which ignore armor, which is better in a knight scenario. Actually slightly worse if you're up against archer units, which might happen later. Tampa's going to get this relic at least. Fire galleys still doing their thing. Again, I wouldn't even stress about this. Goku's already done enough damage with it. He could just live the rest of his life being happy he invested into this. It's gonna, you don't need to look there again. It's already paying for itself. Castle's up for Goku. Cav archers are not a bad idea with Japanese, but it's not the time for it. They get sniped. And it's just slight differences between the experience level of the players. Goku's just really solid. Really smooth. And Tomppa deletes the knight there. That knight wasn't even getting converted yet, so it's kind of funny. And now Goku... Well, consider an engagement here. I mean, why not? You have the same amount of monks. You can both get conversions. And then you have all the extra attack. Actually almost has enough stone for another castle. So now maybe you can bring Vils forward and build the second castle in the middle hill. How do players know which unit is being converted by an enemy? You have to look at the direction the monks are looking. So that's the main thing. There's no indicator in game. It doesn't have the thing we have here while casting. You just get really accustomed to it after facing up against units enough times. You can just kind of tell. Because the monk does look directly at... It's not like it looks to the left or the right of it or just off-center. It does look directly at what it's converting. And I mean, there, Tomppa just thought that's the close knight. He just assumed that was going to be a conversion because that's just the natural thing there. Knights are leaving the hill for Goku. Goku's monks are just chilling there. And he didn't even start any conversions, which is crazy. Tomppa didn't see the monks. And now the knights are over here. Tomppa needs to quick wall. Goku wants in. Goku... No! There's a hole! There is a hole! And Goku is in. And the knights are going to come back. And the monks are going to come back. And this is so much damage from Goku. The Tomppa kind of has to come back and clear this. It's not ideal. Ideally, you want counter damage. At least he'll try and get some counter damage against the monks, at least. But that is a lot of damage done. There's a whole lot of exposed eco back here. And as we said, Goku's knights, no shortage of attack. 10+3 attack because of the forging upgrade and the 2 relics brought in. So Goku's taking the northern pond. He's raiding in the back of the base, and he's got a 20 eco lead now. And now he follows in with Light Cav, and now he'll kill off a bunch of monks. And still his knights remain in the back. And this might be it. Which would be perfect timing, because we have another series that should be starting. If Tompa's 18 years old, though, and he's only been at 2K level for, like, a year, he's got potential. He's got a lot of potential. Goku's been around for 15 years. So there's a lot that Tomppa can learn from. I see the potential there. Just, honestly, tiny, tiny things. Very small things in every single game makes the difference. And Goku gets the 3-0, which I did expect in the bracket. But Goku will have a tougher test in the next round, and I could see things being a little bit complicated if he's not a little bit sharper. So, tiny things here or there for Tomppa. Game 1 should have been a victory. Game 2 was a maybe. This game, honestly, I thought Goku played pretty smooth.